Welcome to the Vegas Voice Celebrity Corner. I'm your host, Evan Davis, and I will be bringing you behind-the-scenes interviews with performers and entertainers from Las Vegas. Today we have a young, good-looking singer from Buffalo, New York. Been in town for a few years, and I want everyone to meet him. Michael Ross Nugent. Welcome, Michael.
Well, thank you, Evan. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Tell me, how'd the story go? I mean, you're a young guy from Buffalo, New York. When did you start singing, and how did that happen?
That's a great question. Well, I was probably 16 or 17 years old, junior in high school, senior in high school, and my mother had a Michael Bublé CD in her car.
Wow.
And one day she picked me up from school, and I said, "Mom, who is Michael Bubble?" Because I thought it was pronounced Michael Bubble. So she said, "Put the CD in." And as soon as I put the CD in, the big band came on, and he started singing those standards, and I just fell in love with the music because I never was really introduced to it before. I actually didn't know who Frank Sinatra was until I listened to Michael Bublé, and I just fell in love with the music, and it just speaks to me. I've always been an old soul, so it's a perfect fit.
Mm-hmm. And so tell me about the music you sing. Tell them about the music you sing.
Yes. Well, I think it's so important to keep the songs of the great American songbook alive. Now, examples of songs like this would be Fly Me to the Moon, The Way You Look Tonight, Mac the Knife, Beyond the Sea. My inspirations not only include Michael Bublé, but also Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and Bobby Darin and Ella Fitzgerald. I love the era of the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the big band stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's the music that is near and dear to my heart.
And who would you say was the biggest influence in your performing or your music that you find so near and dear to your heart?
Yeah, so I would say it would be many of the people that I just named. And what's beautiful about this day and age is that we have the internet, and I've studied for thousands of hours. I've watched Sinatra and Tony Bennett mm-hmm. and Sammy Davis Jr. and Michael Bublé perform. And I enjoy it. I love watching their style. I love how they interact with the audiences. It's a really old school way of performing. And I just hope to be able to keep it around. I want to bring that era, the big band era, back and keep it alive.
Mm. And how'd you get to Vegas? What brought you to Vegas?
That's a great question. Well, I love this city very, very much. And I performed in Buffalo, New York for 6 years full time. Mm-hmm. And I was very fortunate to have a wonderful start there in Buffalo. They call it the city of good neighbors. And boy, that is the truth, because they really got me started. And I decided, hey, if I want to do this, I made a decision. I want to be in the entertainment industry. It's a crazy business. You know it, right? We all know it. But you really got to love it. And I love it. So I said, I better move to a city where there's more opportunity. And it just so happened to work out that Vegas was a perfect fit for me. And you could really even say that Vegas was built on the music that I like to perform. This city was built by that music and the Rat Pack. So I just thought it was a perfect match. Yeah. So I've been here a year and a half now, and I love it.
A year and a half. And so what have you been doing in the year and a half?
Well, I've been very lucky to be performing all over the Valley. The Italian American Club, I think, was the place for sure that really, really got me started. And all of us entertainers here in the Valley, we love the Italian American Club. And that's really been a venue that has treated me so kindly. And also, you know, Evan, the entertainment industry here is very, very close. And it's a small town, really. And I was accepted with open arms by everybody. And it's just, it's like a family here in Vegas. It really is. So I've been at the Italian American Club. I've been performing at the El Cortez Casino, right, which is really cool because that's the oldest casino in Las Vegas. There's a lot of history there. And also just private events and weddings and anything that you could name. And I just feel very, very blessed to be busy.
Yeah, it is. Vegas is a small town.
Yeah.
You come in, usually you're accepted, but if for some reason you're not, it takes a while to get back in the good graces. But right. I've also found that all the performers and entertainers here in town are all helping each other with whatever it is that they may help each other with. And you found that to be true too, I guess.
I did. They brought me into the family, and I've met so many wonderful people and have had so many wonderful experiences so far just in a year and a half. I think I could write a book just from my experiences after a year and a half. So this is an incredible town with incredible energy and an amazing local music scene with great people.
Yeah. 26 years old, been here for a year and a half. You'll hear a little cut of some of the things he sings a little later. If you had one song, that was it. You got one song to sing. Maybe it's in front of the Queen or president, whatever president that may be, or in front of your future wife. What would it be?
Wow, I don't think I've ever been asked that question. That's a lot of pressure. I would have to say,
all right, you got two songs.
All right, two songs. I get two songs.
Then. All right, we'll take.
Can one of them be? All right, I would have to say one of them, because I love Bobby Darin, would be Mac the Knife, The Tale of Old Mackie.
Yeah,
I love that song.
Can't be that song, but okay. No,
it can't be that one. I know. Well, Mac the Knife he's a killer, so why would I pick that song? I guess that maybe that wouldn't be good.
No, that's.
I would say. I mean, I would have to say maybe just a song like "The Way You Look Tonight." Keep it simple like that, because it's just the perfect example of a great American songbook standard. That it's just the epitome of that era, and those lyrics and those melodies are so beautiful. And that's a big reason why I love this music, songs like that. Or songs like My Way, written by the great Paul Anka. I mean, goodness, I could never fill the shoes of those people. It's big shoes to fill, but I just love to pay homage to them and pay my respects to them and keep the music around.
Yeah. Well, talk about trouble. Tell me, has there been a situation, what's the craziest thing you've done or performed in front of?
Well, I would say, now, I've never seen anything too crazy. I've never crowd surfed. I've never jumped into the crowd. I've done a few events where I was singing at beer and wine festivals, and I walk around with my wireless microphone while I'm singing, and I'm dodging beer that's being spilled everywhere. One time I had a whole pint of beer spilled completely down my brand new suit. So that was a little rough. But I would also say some amazing things that I've seen is when I sing in the retirement communities. And I started singing in retirement communities. That's where I had my start, in Buffalo. And some of the beautiful things that I get to see are when I go, to a memory care unit or a dementia unit, and I'm singing these songs that they grew up with. They're singing along with me. I've had people over 100 years old singing along with me, and those are really special moments. And I've been very fortunate to have many of them. So I love the senior citizen community. I feel very fortunate to be able to go and perform for them here in Las Vegas. I can still continue to do that, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, we still have some seniors here.
That's right.
One being me. You've performed with other people too, I know, because we've actually, the Vegas Voices had you and another celebrity on a New Year's Eve show, a dinner show that we had.
Yes. The beautiful Genevieve.
Yes.
And I've been very fortunate to have done some shows with her, and also Carmine Mandia, and I've had the opportunity to perform with Jerry Tiffy, who helped me out tremendously. And Carmine Mandia, who performs at the Italian American Club, was the first person to give me a microphone to let me sing a song when I moved to Vegas. So I'll always be so thankful to him.
So of those, who do you like the best? Now, this is not being taped. Don't worry about it.
Don't put me on the spot. Genevieve, I love you. She's my favorite. I think Jen's my favorite. Carmine, you're a close second.
Okay, good.
No, but I've been very fortunate to also perform with Reckless in Vegas, Michael Shapiro and company, for a few of the fundraisers for St. Jude's Ranch for Children. And what a great group they are. And it's so cool how they take those Sinatra songs and other old songs and do them in a rock fashion. So that was a lot of fun too.
I know.
Yeah.
What do you want to be known for here in town? I mean, is there?
I would say I just want to be known for being somebody who is a time machine. Now, I miss the era. I miss the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. So it's interesting to me why I'm nostalgic to it, because I never lived it. But I want to just be known as an entertainer that brings people back in time. And I try to do it the best that I can because I didn't live it. But it's just every molecule of my body screams being an old soul. And I just hope to do my best to bring that old school ambiance, energy, and style of performing back. That's what I'd like to be known for, just being a time machine for people.
Yeah, if you could do one show, I mean, you have a show that you want to do, what would be the ideal, perfect show you put together?
I would say it would include songs, a set list of songs that are really near and dear to my heart and that were a part of my journey. Like songs that maybe I first heard on that Michael Bublé CD when my mom, when she had the CD and she put it in the car, stereo there, and I listened to it. So I think it would be songs that I heard first and that first inspired me to start singing this music, as well as songs that were done by each of my inspirations, like Tony Bennett, Sammy Davis Jr., Ella Fitzgerald, Frank and Dean, taking a song maybe from each of them that they made popular and putting my own spin on it just to pay tribute to them.
And if you could sing with one person, dead or alive, who would that be?
I would say Bobby Darin. Because that man, the way he performed, his energy, the way he moved on stage, his quick wit, his style, I think he's probably one of my favorite performers. It's hard to choose, but I would say Bobby Darin, because he was a lot of fun.
We want to thank everyone for joining us today. And this is Evan Davis with the Vegas Voice Celebrity Corner, saying we'll see you next time.